Hey everyone, Danny Miles from Toronto back for another edition of the IntoBridge Daily Celebrity Challenge. Let's play 5 deals with the robots and you compare your score to mine. So I'm using Gavin's Advanced Master Series system. So let's get started. First deal, we have 13 high card points, 6 card heart suit. Our partner has opened the bidding and East overcalled 1 spade. So we're simply going to start with 2 hearts, forcing for a round. Partner raises to 3 hearts. This is just a minimum. So we're simply going to bid 4 hearts here. We don't have any slam aspirations opposite a minimum opener, and there's no reason to explore any other contract. All right, so this looks like a fairly straightforward deal. We have 2 spade losers, and we're going to watch the spots carefully because West has led the 6. So we're going to take a look to see on the second spade if they follow low, in which case, we're going to have to decide how to rough the third round of spades if that should happen. What we're really hoping for is that West started with something like 9-7-6 of spades or even King 7-6, something like that, so that there is spades or 5-3 and that there isn't an over-rough possibility. No diamond losers, 2 potential club losers, but of course, we're likely to catch the king on side with East. Maybe not, but that's kind of going to be our only play. We can pitch 1 club away. So we're going to be able to pitch 1 club away. So we're probably going to lose 2 spades in the club, but we've got to avoid a heart loser as well. So let's see what happens here. Is there any reason to false card with the jack? I don't think so. I think East is going to know exactly what's going on. King. So I am going to false card with the jack in case 6 is singleton and East had ace, king, 7. Ace of spades. East follows with the 4. So spades are 6-2. So a low spade comes back looking for the club return. So if I pitch here, unfortunately, we're going to be left with a loser after West roughs this trick and we're going to go down. So we have to take a chance and decide, are we going to rough high and then play to drop the jack of hearts? Are we going to rough with the 10 of hearts now, hoping that the jack is on our right? Or are we going to pitch? We're definitely not going to pitch. So it has to be right to rough high, because if we're going to play East for the jack of hearts, we can always finesse later after cashing the queen. So I'm going to rough high, and then we're going to have our choice. Diamond pitch. All right, so what do the odds kind of say in this deal? We know East had 6 spades to the ace king, and we pretty reasonably sure they have the king of clubs. Notice if they didn't have the king of clubs, they may have actually overcalled 2 spades. If they had sort of ace, king, 6, then not much else. So we just have to decide, are our hearts 2-2? Are they 3-1 with West? We're not going to play East to be 3-1 in hearts, because that would leave West 2-1 in the majors. The probabilities are a little bit smaller for that. So we're going to start by cashing the king of hearts, and then we're going to have to decide, do we finesse or play for the drop? And I don't think there's anything else we could do in the side suits and the minors to guide us to the distribution. I mean, we could play 2 rounds of diamonds, and then if East showed out on the 3rd round, then maybe we could reassess. But I think we're just going to play a heart and hope that the jack appears. There it is. Okay, so the only way to go wrong there was roughing with the 10. You would have got over roughed with the jack. And now there isn't much else to do other than play a club to the queen. Should we cash the ace of clubs first? I don't think it matters. Well, 2-2. We know West was 2-2 in the majors. So I'm just trying to think, adding 0.1% to our chances. This is not going to happen, but it may actually be good technique. Instead of just playing ace of clubs in a club towards the queen, it's slightly better technique to eliminate the diamonds first, then play ace of clubs in a club. That way, if West started with a doubleton king, they'd actually be forced to give us a rough sluff because they wouldn't have a 3rd club to cash and they wouldn't be able to exit a diamond. Now, that would require West to have started with 2 spades, 2 hearts, 7 diamonds and 2 clubs. It's impossible. But we'll play 2 rounds of diamonds anyway, and then that'll actually tell us whether that's the case or not. It's not. So I'm just going to go ace of clubs and a club. There's the jack. Okay, so we're also going to pick up jack 10 doubleton. Okay, and claim. So not much else we could have done there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I suppose we could have played 3-no trump, and in 3-no trump, we would have made the same number of tricks, 10 tricks as well. But I can't get to 3-no trump. If anybody was going to bid no trump, partner would have had to bid 2-no trump over 2 hearts. That would have given us a chance. And if I had bid 3 spades over 3 hearts and partner bid 3-no, and I guessed to pass, that would have been good as well, because we had 10 top tricks in both contracts. So second deal, we have 10 and 7, 17 high card points. Do we 8 and 9, 17? So I'm going to open 1-no trump. Three clubs is sort of a puppet statement asking for 5-card major, and we're going to deny one of those. So up to 4 either major, and we'll see if partner was just looking for a 5-3 fit. So we're going to play 3-no trump. Let's see if they lead a club or a heart. A heart. All right, so that looks like their best lead. We basically need to get clubs going. We have 4 spades and 2 hearts is 6, and a diamond is 7, and 4 clubs, hopefully, will take us to 11 tricks, and then we're going to have a potentially diamond finesse for the 12th. So the lead, the 6 of hearts, 4-card suit or 5-card suit, or I suppose a 3-card suit. There's no real advantage in holding up here because we could have 11 tricks just by knocking out the ace of clubs. And in fact, we could get really lucky and catch the king of diamonds on side with the 10-9 doubleton offside and actually pick up 12 tricks. Oh no, actually at the king of diamonds is on side, that's 12 tricks. 4 clubs, 2 diamonds is 6, 2 hearts is 8, and 4 spades is 12. So there's no point in ducking. We're just going to win and try to make sure we pick up our 4 club tricks as best we can. So we want to guard against a singleton ace, or a singleton 10 or singleton 10 with east. So I think we just want to start by playing low towards the king jack. If West has heart length, they're more likely to hold a singleton club, singleton ace of clubs, but East could have a singleton 10 as well. So we're going to win and we're going to play. I don't think we need to unblock. We have tons of entries. Ace, no. So we'll play the king to the ace, and the jack of hearts comes back. And notice West followed with the 7. So hearts could be 4-4. The jack is likely from jack 10, first holding jack 10 fourth perhaps. So do we cast spades first and then work on clubs? That might, well, no, we're never going to finesse the club on the next round through East. So we're just going to cash clubs and hope they break. Okay. So now we want to be a little bit careful actually before I play this. I don't want to play my last club because then we're going to be stuck in our hand at the end after cashing 4 spades. I want to cash 4 spades, throwing dummies diamond, and then cash the clubs. And the 4 of hearts, if West had the king of diamonds and 6 hearts, then they're actually going to be squeezed. But we'd have to guess that and we wouldn't know it. So we're going to cash 4 spades and then the clubs. And we've got to watch to see if the 4 of hearts is high. We've seen the 6, the 7, and the jack, and whatever East played on the first one, which I don't remember exactly what spot it was. Okay, so spades were 3-3, yes. And then we're going to pitch a diamond. Save that 4 of hearts. Okay, there's the 2 of hearts. 8 of hearts. Okay, we're getting there. We're still missing the queen of hearts, and I believe the 9 of hearts. There's the queen of hearts. Okay. If West had the king of diamonds, generally the robots will just never unguard their honor. So they're going to save king and 1 diamond. I'm going to play. I mean, he could have the 9 left of hearts. He led 4th best. And this is his first heart pitch. Yeah, they would never unguard their king of diamonds, and they pitch diamonds. So I'm going to take a finesse, and hopefully this doesn't lose to the now singleton kings. Okay, and we get our diamond in the end. Okay, so that was one case where at match points, probably want to pay slightly more attention to the spot cards and discards than I did. But as it turns out, all we can do there is make 5. From the south seat, we could actually make 6 clubs. Our ace queen of diamonds is protected. We're able to pitch a diamond and rough a heart in our hand. So kudos to you if you were able to get to 6 clubs. That's not easy. I'm not even sure how you get there. Assuming south opens a strong neutral, but you just can't get to 6 clubs unless north miscounts their points. Third deal. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're first seat white. If we played some fancy convention like Ekron 2 diamonds, which showed both majors, that would be perfect, but we don't. So we're just going to pass. A diamond, so we'll bid a heart. 3 clubs. Okay, 3 clubs is game forcing, and it kind of feels natural to just rush in and bid 3 no trump. We have 9 high card points and a spade stopper. But we want to take a little bit of time here, and it's actually better to save some room and temporize and just bid 3 diamonds. Let partner know, hey, we actually have support for your first suit, and maybe we want to play 3 no trump from partner's side. Or maybe we want, for example, they have ace 10 doubleton of spades or ace jack doubleton of spades. Maybe or king 10 doubleton or king 10 third. Maybe we want to play in 6 diamonds. If, not crazy about that because we have king and 1 club, which is great, and 3 diamonds, which is great. But the rest of our hand, our major suit cards are pretty much garbage in a diamond contract. But let's see what partner does. Maybe they'll shape out. Maybe they'll bid 3 no trump, or maybe after catching support, they'll just go crazy. But this saved us room. So 3 spades. Let's see what that says. No stopper in spades. 4th suit forcing. So now we've got a tough decision. Our spade stopper is pretty ominous. If partner doesn't have a spade stop, like just a low singleton, we could be in trouble. The opponents may take 5 spade tricks right off the top. If partner has a singleton king or a singleton jack, that may be enough to stop the suit. So I don't want to bid 3 no trump just yet. Then again, it is match points, and no trump, if we're able to score 10 or 11 tricks in no trump just off the top, that's going to beat 5 diamonds, right? So let's see what we can do here. 4 clubs is a control in clubs, slam try 7 to 11 points. That, if my major suit points were like 1 ace, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with that rather than 5 points in queens and jacks when partner has a minor 2 suitor and no spade stopper. So we know our queen of spades is useless. What about 4 diamonds is to play, no stopper in spades. That's maybe a little bit pessimistic. Our king and 1 club, I think, is pretty good. So 5 diamonds. I think I'm going to bid 5 diamonds here. If we put together a hand for partner, ace, king, 6th of diamonds, ace, 4th of clubs, and the king of hearts, like right away, slam is pretty good. And that's, how much is that? 14 points. So they've got an extra card somewhere. So I'm going to bid 5 diamonds. Actually, maybe 4 clubs is worth it. No, I'm not going to bid 4 clubs. Like I said, if I had a major suit ace instead of all these queens and jacks, I'd like my hand a lot more. So I'm going to bid 5 diamonds, and partner's allowed to raise. I mean, they know we don't have points in spades, and they know we have 3 diamonds. But they pass, and hopefully he has nothing in spades. Okay, so right away, 3 no trump is a terrible contract. But as it turns out, 5 diamonds is also a bad contract. But 3 no trump is going to go down more probably. especially 9 of spades, if the ace king of spades are offside with West, and, they're going to lead a heart over and spades through. So let's see, there isn't much we can do here. The big hand is hidden, so maybe the opponents will mess up. But even if they mess up, I don't think there's anything we can do. We can throw away 3 of the hearts from the south hand, but we need to save a trump to ruff the losing heart with, and that's just not gonna work because the opponents will ruff a club. So we're too high here. Wow, West had everything. Oh, East underled their ace of hearts. That's weird. Okay, and I can just ruff, and I have to pull 1 round of trump in case they're 5-0, and then I'll be able to claim. Perfect, because even if clubs were 5-1 or 6-0, the jack of hearts is high to take care of the 5 of clubs in the north hand. So I'm going to claim down 1. So if you were able to stop short of game, you did great. If you bid 3-no trump, which I expect a lot of people to be in 3-no trump, of course, you're going to be down 2 if the opponents simply catch their tricks. If the opponents forget to catch their tricks, then you're going to make it. You're going to make 11 tricks. But, it shouldn't be difficult for the opponents to lead a major from either side of the table. And they just have to then arrange their to get their tricks. So I have no idea if minus 50 is going to be a good score or not. But you can let me know in the comments. And if you just bid 4 diamonds in the same position I was in, over 3 spades, then if your partner passed, then you're in the perfect spot. 1 diamond, and we have 12 high card points, but we're 6-5 in the majors. So an opening bid, 6-5, we're excited so far, but our partner opened our void. So we've got to be a little bit careful here. We just had this auction, 3 clubs. Okay, so partner has another game forcing minor 2 suitor. This time we have a much more interesting hand, I think. So I think we just want to start with 3 hearts. What will that say? That just says no stopper and hearts 4th suit forcing. What does 4 hearts say? That's a club fit. Okay. So I would like to bid a natural hearts, of course. I could also bid 3 spades. And 3 spades is natural, 6 or more spades, but it denies hearts. Now, does partner have 4 hearts? Almost certainly not. They probably would have reversed. And does partner have 3 hearts? They may. We don't know. So I'd like to bid 3 hearts, but I also don't really want to blow past 3-no trump just yet. So let's see. That actually only shows up to 5 spades. So maybe bidding 3 spades is better, but then partner's going to be stuck without a heart stopper. So we can't really show everything right now, right? 4 hearts is artificial. 4 spades is more spades. And I don't really want to bid 3 hearts, even though it's temporizing and I have hearts. It scares partner out of 3-no trump, and it also doesn't show our spades. So I think we're stuck bidding 3 spades here. We could also bid 3-no trump. That's possible as well. We're obviously maximum in high cards for that, but we know it's a misfit already, and maybe that's a better call. Maybe 3-no trump is better, because if we bid 3 spades, partner may be stuck. If they have a singleton spade and 2 or 3 little hearts, they may be stuck bidding no trump. So I think I'll bid 3-no trump. Now, the problem with 3-no trump, if partner has heart shortness and, doubleton spade, we belong in spades. So it's a bit of a guess. I'm going to bid 3-no trump upon reflection. We could have a slam in hearts for all we know, but it's going to be too tough to get there. A misfit, we have extra strength, tend to want to play in no trump. Okay, so this is a complete disaster. Partner had a tripleton spade and a hard void. So we did very poorly by not just repeating our spades. So as it is, how are we going to do in 3-no trump? We have to play the contract that we bid to. So we're going to pitch a diamond on the first trick and see what happens. Is East going to win the ace, or are they going to put in the queen of the 10? We want to be a little bit careful and avoid East getting in, because if East gets in, pumps hearts through, we could potentially lose 4 hearts and whatever other trick we're going to lose. So we need to bring home the spades. And how's spades going to do? We're going to be able to pitch 2 hearts, 3 hearts on the long clubs and the diamond, ruff a heart or 2, and draw trump. So we're probably going to take 12 tricks in spades, I would guess. Maybe 11, maybe 13, but most people will probably take 12 tricks in spades. So in no trump, I need to take a lot of tricks. I need to take a hard trick off on trick 1 or 2. I need to take a diamond, that's 2, and 4 clubs is 6. I need to take all 6 spades. So that's possible. And the question is, do we play for the drop of the queen or do we take a finesse? Well, let's see. If we were playing imps, we would take a finesse because we don't want east to get in. If we lose a trick to west, it's not the end of the world because they can't defeat us right away. But east could. But people that are in 4 spades, they're just going to play for the drop and they're going to take, well, are they going to take 12 or 13? They may take 13 tricks. So I actually may want to take a finesse here because that's going to beat the players in spades who play for the drop. If I can take 12 tricks and they play for the drop and only take 12 tricks. But who knows? Maybe the queen will pop up right away. Let's find out. Ten and 9. Okay, so both opponents are trying to get sneaky. But it feels like they just signaled for us. Yeah, it feels like East just doubled and signaled for us. And I'm going to look silly by finessing and losing to the doubled in queen. So let's see, if we finesse and if we play for the drop and it wins, we've got 6, 7, and 4 is 11, and the ace of diamonds is 12. No real hope of a 13th trick because they have the ace of hearts and the king of diamonds, and we don't have the communication to squeeze someone who has both the guarded king of diamonds and the ace of hearts, because we're going to have to end in the dummy when we cash the clubs. We have no way back to our hand. I'm going to trust East, but then again, if spades are 2-2, I think people are going to take 13 tricks here. Yeah, it should be easy to take 13 tricks, I think. So I'm going to take a finesse and hope to beat those players in spades that play for the drop. And I expect this to lose. Yeah, and there we go. Okay, so now they're giving me a chance to get back to 12 tricks. We have 2 in and 4 is 6, and the ace of diamonds is 7, and 4 clubs is 11. But I think I'm not going to take my finesse. He would have cashed the ace of hearts if the king of diamonds was onside. So this board is a bit of a disaster for me. And there's no squeeze because I have no communication. I have to cash my clubs first, and then the spades would squeeze someone with the ace of hearts and the king of diamonds, but then I can't get to the queen of diamonds. Okay, so I'm just going to take my 4 club tricks. So making 5, a complete disaster. So I'm sure you beat me on that one. We can make 7. So I expect if you got to 6 spades, if I had rebid 3 spades, my partner would have probably, and you can tell me in the comments, my partner probably would have bid 4 hearts, which is kind of an expert way of showing a good raise to 4 spades once they've already bid the other suits and denied, basically denied hearts. So rather than just a wimpy raise to 4 spades, they would probably bid 4 hearts as a good raise to 4 spades. And then my hand would probably carry on. So there we go. I could actually only make, it says I can only make 5. Oh, they had to lead a diamond to hold me to 5. Yeah, so they gave me a chance to make 6. I didn't take it. I gambled to try to make 6 the other way in no trump, where I thought people in spades would only make 6 as well. And then I at least salvaged the board against the people in 4 spades. Okay, last deal. 1 club from partner. We have 9 and 7, 16 high card points. Simple 1 diamond. 2 diamonds here is a invitational type bid. Sorry, it's a preempt. Okay, didn't know that. So we're just going to bid 1 diamond. We're probably angling towards 3 no trump here. one heart from partner. So now we want to basically just force the game, generic force the game. So let's see how we do that. Is it one spade or two spades? One spade, game forcing with spades. Two spades is game forcing without spades. That's kind of the way it used to be when I started playing. One spade was just 6 or more points forcing for one round, natural. And two spades is sort of the fourth suit forcing, how you get to game bid. People who play XYZ here would be able to bid two diamonds game forcing. XYZ is kind of similar to two-way new miner forcing. So we have no idea where this hand is going. So we're going to bid two spades, 3-0 by partner. What does that show? So whenever you're in a game forcing auction and one hand jumps to 3-0, first of all, it's usually not recommended to just take up space, right? If you guys are in a game forcing auction, there's no need to take up all the room. So generally, experts have defined this jump to 3-0 trump when you're in a 2/1 or a fourth suit forcing, game forcing auction. If you jump to 3-0 trump, you're showing about a strong no trump. So around an ace higher than a minimum opening bid. And the reason players like this is because the slams that are most difficult to bid are kind of 16 opposite 17, where each partner has about a king or ace higher than minimum. And both players are afraid to kind of take a push and get too high. So those are the toughest slams to bid. But in this case, this is actually exactly kind of what the doctor ordered potentially, because we know partners got about a strong no trump. So they don't have a balanced hand because they want to potentially get to slam here, because we've got, what do we have again? 16 high card points, but we have a 6-card suit and we have fitters for partner, queen 1 club, king, queen third of hearts. We'd like it if it was the other way around, then potentially we could get to 6 or even 7 clubs. That probably could be a good contract. But as it is, I think we want to angle towards 6 no trump, but I want to first explore a little. How can we do this? What is 4 clubs? That's going to show 3-card club fit. So we don't have that. 4 diamonds, natural, slam try. This could be the way to do it. We kind of have a 7-card suit. The danger in that is if partner raises us on a singleton, we may go down in 6 diamonds when 6 no trump is cold. You know, partner could have 5 or 6 clubs and the ace of hearts and only 1 spade stopper. And we need to, we don't want to lose a diamond trick and a spade. We just want to be able to say, okay, I have 12 tricks after, maybe partner has king, queen of spades, ace of hearts, ace, king of clubs. All of a sudden, that looks like 12 tricks. But if they've got a spade and diamonds break 4-2, they get a diamond trick, a trump trick, that's not good. So 4 hearts, that would show a 4-card fit. 4 spades is basically a cubit for clubs. We don't have that. 4 no trump, I assume, is quantitative. Maybe this fits. I think we're maybe a little bit too strong. I like our king, queen, and a 6-card suit, but it sounds like partner's got a singleton diamond. They're much more likely to have a singleton diamond than a singleton spade, just simply by probability. The opponent's not vulnerable against vulnerable, have been silent. They probably don't have 10 spades between them. So maybe 4 no trump, just quantitative is better. And what did partner show before? 15 to 18. So do we want them passing with 15 or 16 points? We have 17. I don't think we want them passing. So I think even though this hand is maybe a slight misfit in terms of, we may not score all of our diamonds, I think I'm going to bid 6 no trump. Even if partner's a singleton diamond, at least we've got the chance that diamonds could break 3-3 if everything else is foul. I'm counting on partner to have a spade stopper. They, not just the queen, but like the opponents won't have ace, king of spades because they jump to 3 no trump. So I'm going to bid 6 no trump. Could we called for 7? It's possible. I mean, if partner has like singleton jack of diamonds, we could have 6 diamond tricks, 5 club tricks, and there you go. That's 7. But that's too tricky to figure that out. So I'm going to bid 6 no trump, and let's hope for the best. Ace of hearts lead. Oh no, we're off 2 aces. Okay, what is partner doing here? 8 and 6, they have 14 points. Okay, partner way overbid their hand. This is a complete disaster. I should have just bid 4 no trump, and then we would have played there. So we're getting another complete disaster here. And there's the spade. And I think we can claim now. We actually have an extra trick. So another disaster for me. So I think you're going to see some big scores today from you guys. We can make 5 no trumps. So we were on the right track. We just had to invite with 4 no trump. Or if we had bid 4 diamonds forcing, I'm sure a partner would have just bid 4 no trump to play. They have a terrible hand in the context of the auction. Singleton diamond, minimum in high cards, potentially wasted spade points and terrible hearts that they've promised. So that was another disaster for me. So I had a couple disasters today. On the last 2 deals, we got to no trump instead of our 9-card spade fit. So that was bad. Should have rebid 3 spades. And then the last deal, I should have gone slower. I'm blaming partner a little bit on this one though. I don't think I would jump to 3 no trump with that hand. I would just over 2 spades. I would either bid 2 no trump or I'd actually bid 3 spades. Showing, let's make this a bit bigger. A club, a diamond, a heart, 2 spades, artificial game force, 3 spades by North. That shows this hand. That says I have 3 suits and diamond shortens. Then with my hand, I would have either bid 3 no trump or maybe a little bit pushy. I could have jumped to 4 no trump. No suit agreed yet. Jump to 4 no trump is quantitative, and partner would have been able to pass that because they passed with a minimum opening and bid on with kind of a good strong no trump or better. So that was bad. I'll give partner part of the blame for that for sure. So I hope you enjoyed the 5 deals. First deal, we got to a normal game and we took our tricks. Second deal, we got to our normal game and took our tricks. Third deal is the one I'm probably most interested in. Did anybody stop short of game? Maybe your robot partner actually didn't force the game. I actually think the 3 club bid is pretty aggressive with 16 high card points. You are 5-5, so you don't need much for game. Like an ace and the king of clubs is enough for game, and partner might pass 2 clubs. And then the last 2, of course, I'm sure you did well on those. So once again, thanks again for joining. Danny Miles here signing off. And I hope everyone enjoyed their time at the NABC if you attended. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care, everyone.